Yo, 1 2 1 2. I may cuss, but I don't curse. Let's get that situated first. And we're back with another one for the collected people. Today's tarot reading. This is for all of us, cross watchers, eavesdroppers included. You're all welcome to be here. I don't care where you're from, what state, country, from the UK, US. It don't matter. I'm glad that you could be here. It's gonna be a 4 card draw. I'm gonna hold you a little long. It's kind of like a 5 card draw. I ain't even gonna hold you because this kind of got like a little bit turbulent. Keep it a beam with you. I keep getting similar readings too. If you're a tarot reader watching this, get in the comment section. Let me know if you've seen the same things. Or is it just me? Because I keep asking Spirit, yo, is it just me? Is it because I'm drawing the cards? Like, do I need to, like, sage or something? You know what I'm saying? I don't be saging, y'all. I'm going to keep it a beam with you. I don't believe in that shit. You know what I'm saying? But a nigga might throw some salt in front of the door or something, but I ain't with all of that saging shit. But here we go, nonetheless. You know what I'm saying? I'm dragging it. Let's get to it. So I got the cards already out here. Don't worry, I didn't bamboozle you. I started with the Queen of Swords in reverse, followed by the King of Pentacles in reverse, followed by the Nine of Cups in reverse, followed by the Nine of Swords, and lastly followed by the Two of Wands. So, these cards came out organically. I usually don't draw this many cards. You know that when I do reads, I try to keep it short and simple and sweet. You know what I'm saying? But, pause. Hey, yo, that's crazy work. But let's get into it nonetheless. So, all right, so this is what's going on, right? There's an air of gossip going on about you. There may even be gossip going on about the people who are gossiping about you. Or there's like one strong person, definitely, that is like the leader of the gossip ring. And whoever they are, right, are gossiping also about the main gossiper. So it's like they think everybody's down with them, but at the same time, when they branch off and get together, when they're in a secluded area without the main gossiper, they're gossiping about them. You know what I'm saying? So it's real treacherous work. It's real nasty work. These are people that are attached to you in some type of way. We all like to say the past and stuff like that. I'm gonna stop using that terminology as best as I possibly can because, they're just people that we've been acquainted with, been associated with for a time longer than we have not been associated with them. That's how I'm gonna start phrasing the term. And for some of y'all have been disassociated from these people for some time now. So, for example, if you've been alive 30 years, you might have not been talking to them for 10 or maybe 15. So that makes it at least 50-50. You know what I'm saying? Like, they shouldn't even be attached like that anymore, you would think, or one would think. But something is in the air that has them talking about you. The main ringleader of that gossip ring, they can't be trusted, though. I'm just keeping it a beam with you. They can't be trusted. There's no true detail on what that main reason for it is, but what I can tell you is that they're unpredictable, and their approach is like they're rebelling against you in some type of way. So if you're this way, they want to be the opposite of that, just for the sake of being the opposite of that, even if it is a detriment to them. They don't care. Like, that's how hell-bent they are on being anti-you. It's a real freakish, weird type of energy. But whatever floats their boat, right? I'm just here to send a message. So you, on the other hand, are in the air of being highly materialistic, and not for nothing, don't fight me, right? Hear me out. Some of y'all are operating in a way that is triggered by the gossip. Some of y'all are real wise beyond your years, and you can hear gossip and chit chatter without being in contact with people. Y'all know what I'm talking about. And you can get a clue. Like, you might have heard one phrase from that lead gossiper, let's say, for example, that criticized you, but you carried that for years. And you're still carrying it. But while you're carrying it over the years, you still hear like whispers being spoken about you. So some of y'all know and can feel that people are talking about y'all, but y'all don't have any type of direct 5 senses proof in the 3D. You know what I'm saying? You 6 sense motherfuckers that are looking right now, I'm talking to y'all. And that is kind of a factor that plays a part in you being so materialistic. While you're being so materialistic, I feel like I'm speaking to a bunch of entrepreneurs as well, starting your own businesses or continuing a business that you began already. While you're doing this, being preoccupied with making wealth so much, I hear inventory too, developing inventory and things of that nature has dulled you, has made you dull. It has made you, it has made you boring. And I'm not, look, don't fight me. Just hear me out. You know what I'm saying? Because I'll tell a bitch quick, like, yo, I don't give a fuck if I'm boring to you, bitch. Like, I got shit to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is. I ain't trying to be fucking doing jumping jacks with your ass when I got work to do. Like, I got, you know what I mean? Pardon me, I just went on a little tangent and shit, right? But I'm dirty. Pause. So, that's what's happening with you right now, though, is that you're so focused on your bag. You're so focused on your bag. Nothing else. To the point where you'll break the bank on that too. So you'll rather stock up inventory than have liquid. So one can see that as, well, spirit sees that as mismanagement of money at this time. At this time, remember, this too shall pass. You know what I'm saying? This is a moment in time we're capturing right here. So don't get all hell bent out of shape, even though these are some trying cards out here. I'm not even finished. So you're to the point where if it makes money, you're with it. Like all different types of avenues. This doesn't mean that these people who are gossiping about you are privy to all of this. It doesn't mean that. But they can be, for those of you who are not in heavy contact with people, they can be under the assumption that all you're doing is getting money. Because why else wouldn't you be at the barbecue? You know what I'm saying? Like, why else aren't you at the parties? Why aren't you, just showing up, period, in general? Like, you gotta be somewhere making tons of money. And that could be further from the truth. Like I said, some of y'all are entrepreneurs that I'm talking to. Y'all are taking care of business. Y'all are starting your business. Some of y'all ain't even turned a profit yet. You know how it goes sometimes, 5 to 10 years before you even turn a profit. You know what I'm saying? Some of the greatest and biggest companies right now, it took years for them to even turn a profit. So some of y'all can be doing that. And again, from Spirit looks at that as mismanagement of money. But that's when people focus on nothing but the bag, of course. So the opposite of that is being content with everything you have and managing money to, okay, I'm gonna save some of this. I'm gonna only spend this much. I'm gonna be disciplined. I'm gonna, penny pinch over here and save for a rainy day there. And I don't need all of this today. And, again, people can see that as boring. But nonetheless, it's about being content, right? You, on the other hand, are like, man, listen, I gotta get this money. Whatever way I got to do it. You know what I'm saying? And that is taking away from your craft. So anything that would have some like zing to it, I think is the word I want to say. Yeah, zing. Or, even originality in some instance. Like that's being zapped out of you because of the heavy materialism. I'm just keeping it a beam. Now, what's expected to occur from remaining in that vein is that pause. Look, I'm so quick to say bars like I said something fly, right? In that vein, hey, yo. But listen, your dreams can get shattered. So what I mean by that is you can have a dream that you want to accomplish or achieve, and you so focused on money and materialistic things are thinking that the way to achieve your dream is through that, and it's not. That's some sad shit, ain't it? You would think, in order to achieve my dream, and it might be big and everything, pause. I gotta go hard, I gotta pause again, I gotta go get that bag, you know what I'm saying? And Spirit is saying that attitude is going to have your dream shatter. It's going to be an unhappy time that you have, because once you start fueling money only, you're going to become unhappy because you're not going to be fulfilled. Everything you do is going to be for the next dollar. Everything you do is going to be for money itself and not for the creation, not for the dream, not for the vision, not for the goal. So you're going to feel a lack of fulfillment every time. I know you heard this saying before. It's cliche as fuck, but it's just like, yo, people who got everything in the world, they're fucking miserable, you know? And people who don't have everything in the world, they be like, yeah, all right, whatever the fuck, just give me everything in the world and let me give you my take on that. You know what I'm saying? What the fuck, I go cry in my Lamborghini. Fuck is you talking about? But this is what Spirit is saying right now, right here, right now. And again, this is a moment in time that we're capturing. But listen, this is something that you can feel as well. You feel it in your bones, and a part of you wants to pump your brakes and calm your tits and be like, yo, listen, I just need to sit down and hear this shit out. And that's also what Spirit is saying ultimately as advice. But before I get there, I want to also say this. The more that you get in the feeling of understanding that your dream may be shattered by being too focused on money, right? When you start feeling the anxiety and the stress and the burden that comes with having to control all of those things, all of those moving parts to make sure that your ship is ran tight, pause, and that, you know, all of the T's are crossed and the I's are dotted, and it's going to cause such mental anguish that it's going to be like, yo, is it even worth it? Is it even worth it, to the point where you're having like nightmares, and because your real dream is like fleeting from underneath you because you're preoccupied with making money? And I know this is easier said than done. So what's the alternative? What's the remedy? That's why I drew more cards, because I felt the same way, like, damn, this is some heavy shit. You know what I'm saying? So when I pulled an advice card, it actually came up with the Two of Wands, which I found very interesting because it's telling you to make a choice. So what I see here is, it's not even telling you to denounce the materialistic attitude. What it's telling me here is that you may be in a situation where it's environmental, to where you may find yourself in an economy or an industry or a business to where the rules ain't in your favor right now, to where the zone rules, the regulations, to where a whole bunch of politics ain't in your favor right now. It don't mean you not dope. You dope as fuck, and maybe you are on to something with the whole building up inventory, because at least you can convert that into a sale one day. I don't know how long, even if it sits for a while. Maybe you got storage plans. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, if you got to bust a move soon, I feel like some of y'all might have to bust a move soon to another land, to a foreign land. I'm picking up on foreign land, not just like somewhere. If you're in the States, not just somewhere in the States. If you're in the kingdom, not just somewhere in the kingdom. Like people in Africa watching, in India too. Like in a whole nother foreign land, because something with the situation that's environmental is opposing what you got going on, what you're planning. So what Spirit is saying, and this is some of my professional advice as well, is to do an astrocartography chart reading as soon as possible, ASAP, and look on the map to find something that aligns, bars of nights, we know that already, with your and again, this is a choice to make, right? So maybe some of y'all are through with your dream. Maybe your dream, if you put it this way, if you want to move because you want to achieve your dream, and you find that you can't achieve your dream here because you have to be materialistic here, because that is the way of the land here, because that's what I'm feeling, that you're doing all of this materialistic shit, building up inventory, making sure that you got GDP over anything when it all comes down to it, instead of like living your life freely and being content and working on your dream. If that's the choice that you got to be into, if you choose to stay here, then do an astrocartography chart reading to where you can accomplish your goal, your dream, your vision. Others of you need to do an astrocartography chart reading just to figure out what planetary alignment crosses the region that you're in right now, because you're going to find answers of whether it's opposing your lifestyle or if it's being with it. Now, if those of you who find that it actually aligns with your dream and your vision, relax, detach. Bars, I'm fucking nice, we know that already, but relax and detach, because you know you're in the right place, but you're just doing too many of the wrong things. You understand what I'm saying? And vice versa. You know what I'm saying. But in all actuality, detach just a little bit so you can figure out, first of all, resolve some of the anxiety and ponder on moving. Because sometimes when people know moving away from places is a threat to people who are attached to you. So that could be in regarding the people who are gossiping about you as well. Like if you just pick up and get out of there, like what they gonna gossip about then? You know what I'm saying? If they even know. You know what I'm saying? Like they will really not any longer be a part of you if it's that drastic. You know what I'm saying? But even for yourself, if you're doing this for yourself, they can feel threatened or they will be crushed. People that you're in business with will feel threatened and be crushed because you're an asset, right? You're building up all this inventory. Let's say you're building up all this inventory. You focused on materialism so much, and then you just do an astrocartography chart reading, and you know what? You say, you know what? These goods will be worth more over there. I might as well just get the passport and go on about my business. Put everything up in storage real quick. Leave the apartment for like 3 months. Take a trip for like 3 months over there. See how it works out. A brick and mortar over there. Do my thing. Then I'll come back and see what it is. You know what I'm saying? But these people don't value me. Community don't value me. The law don't value me. The politicians playing fuck games. They don't value me. They don't value the entrepreneurs. They don't value. Alright. Going somewhere where they do. That's what we're looking at right now, y'all. So again, you see how it sounds like the worst in the beginning, right? And it depends on how you perceive it. But when in the end, when you find out that you do have a choice, you come to find out like, damn, I wasn't doing nothing wrong. I'm just doing what I feel I got to do to survive in this environment, in this area where I am, in the situation, in the circumstances that I'm facing. You know what I mean? Sometimes, nature versus nurture argument. You studied that a lot in school, you know what I'm saying? It's just like you can only grow but as much as your environment nurtures you. If there ain't no nurturers around, then you need to be looking to relocate to where you can be nurtured in order to grow. So, with that being said, cards are red, bars are nice. We know that already. Until next time, I'm out of here.